This week on the Movies and Stuff show, we'll talk about the end of Steven Spielberg, 4th of July movie busts, and Anna Kendrick in the MCU. Then we'll count down the top 10 best patriotic films. Stay tuned. Welcome once again to the Movies and Stuff show. We are coming to you live from the suburbs of New Jersey and Missouri. My name is Dan, and joining me is a man who made more money this weekend than Spielberg's BFG, Abe.
That's right, and I had a pretty shitty weekend. Oh, I got jaundice. Look at this.
You win some, you lose some. When you're gambling on the ponies there, Abe.
Oh yes, the game of base.
Not so good of a weekend for Senor Spielbergo, eh?
No.
Oh,
he fucked up.
Well, okay, so you didn't actually make more than BFG this weekend, but Finding Dory did. Tarzan did. The Purge. The third Purge.
The third Purge.
Third Purge. That made more money than BFG. Now, BFG is an adaptation of a Roald Dahl book, and it cost about $140 million to make. It made less than $20 million this weekend. Is this the end of Steven Spielberg?
It's the end of him working with Disney, that's for sure. No, I don't think it's the end. I think he's still going to keep plugging along. He's got brand name recognition, and that's the one fucking thing Hollywood appreciates more than anything.
I find it funny that people are saying that this is the end of Steven Spielberg. Okay, so maybe he doesn't have the blockbuster gene in him anymore. Maybe. I still think he does. I still think he's got quite a few more blockbusters left in him. I think didn't he just get wasn't he nominated for Best Director last year? Did Bridge of Spies, did he get nominated or
it was something like that, wasn't it? Now that you mention it, yeah.
Maybe he didn't get nominated, but Bridge of Spies won a couple of, I think it won Best Supporting Actor, right?
Yeah, it did.
That's what it won, Best Supporting Actor. So it got nominated for some awards. It was I think overall critically well received.
Oh man,
I don't know.
John Carter made $30 million. I just looked that up. John Carter made $30 million, and the Berg could only pull 20.
Well, I'd say it's not like Roald Dahl films are gold mines. I mean, you got Charlie and Chocolate Factory, right?
And then that's it, right?
Well, no, I mean he's got there's a couple more but they weren't like James and Giant Peach was another one. I think that did okay. Did he do? Was it? It's not Matilda. Which is the
Wasn't
one?
it? It was Matilda, right?
Matilda. I think he did that one too, right?
I can Google it and then look like a genius because I know everything off the top of my head.
It's probably maybe was it Matilda, the one with Danny DeVito?
Yeah, and Rhea Perlman.
Rhea Perlman. Yeah, that was Matilda. There's also a Broadway show based off of it, I think.
Did you go see that too?
I have not yet. It looked good.
Oh, cool.
I actually liked Matilda the movie.
Oh, do you?
I thought it was cute.
Nice. Well, you've got a kid now. Is she old enough to show interest in films?
No.
Okay.
Did I tell you? I took her to go see Finding Dory.
Ooh, how'd that go for you?
I enjoyed first half of Finding Dory.
Then it was time to go, huh?
It was time to go.
I gotcha. Okay.
It made me think, though. I was talking to my wife. Actually, my wife's idea. So it actually made her think and made me think of stealing her idea. They should sell half tickets to films. You're able to watch half the movie, then you have to come back and watch the other half some other time. I don't know how it would work logistically, but I think that for the movie theater, it would work out because I'm buying popcorn and soda and candy on one sitting to watch half the film. And then I have to buy it again the following weekend when I watch the other half of the film.
I like it.
There's something
theater owners won't touch that with a 10-foot pole, but yeah.
Well, they don't want to piss off the actual movie the production companies that
I
are
gotcha. I gotcha.
that I mean theaters I actually think would be more apt to doing it because again it's like when you go to a baseball game and they want it to be a rainout. They want it to be a rainout before the fifth inning, right? Before it's actually called an official game. Because they've already taken. When do people eat and drink the most?
Oh, yeah.
In the first 4 or 5 innings of the game.
Yeah.
So they've already taken your money from concessions. So they don't care if it rains out because whoever comes back to the following game, that's just more concession money. Because that game, the follow-up game wasn't going to make any money anyway. I mean, who's selling? Who is there a team that's even selling out games anymore? I think it was the Phillies did it for like a few straight years, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, no. Yeah. 30,000 or so is what you're shooting for.
Yeah. So with baseball, it works well for them. You sell the concessions and then people come back.
I am going to tell you to shut up right now because movie theater owners are going to say we could charge for parking, $20 for parking.
Well, in LA, I think they do.
Oh fuck me! What's the point? There's no point in going to the movies. There's even less of a point to going to see a Spielberg movie.
I enjoyed Finding Dory. What I saw of it,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed Finding Nemo. I saw Finding Nemo in the theaters with my wife. It was one of our first date movies, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Finding Dory from what I saw of it. I went to my local theater. That's the one literally like less than a 10-minute walk away from my house.
Yeah.
Took my daughter there. Hey, it killed an afternoon. Like, honestly, I watched, here's the shitty thing about it, though. I purposely went there 20 minutes late. Film was starting at 11. I went there 20 minutes late because I didn't want to sit through previews and stuff with my daughter.
Right.
I figure if I'm going to bring her, I want to get in right when the film starts. Maybe even a couple minutes into the film because who cares? Like, it's a kid, it's my kid. I got there I still had to sit through 20 more minutes of trailers and then like a 6 or 7 minute short film that appeared before Finding Dory. So I had already lost all that time. I probably could have seen maybe like, an hour and 10 minutes of Finding Dory. I could have seen more than, half of it.
Ridiculous. Movie theaters are fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry to say.
But anyway, I had a good afternoon with her anyway. We went to the movies, went to the park, got some lunch and stuff. Like, it killed the whole entire afternoon, so I can't complain.
There you go.
Spielberg can complain, though.
Yeah.
Because the movie's not doing so good.
Nope. They are saying it's the, Marty just chimed in, end of people coming to see him in name alone. Yes.
It's possible.
I think so. That brand name recognition is just not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see people, especially the younger crowd, going, "Oh yeah, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark." Not anymore. That was a long time ago.
I mean, what he needs probably for like a big blockbuster again is something like Saving Private Ryan. So, something like a grandiose kind of like war or just big, like, because that made a shitload of money.
Oh, it did. Yeah, he needs to move on from the, I still have the heart of a child.
Do something vicious.
Absolutely. People would line up to see Spielberg be brutal.
Saving Private Ryan was a brutal film.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Maybe we'll talk about that more
Something
later.
else. Yes. All right.
We'll talk about it more later. So BFG didn't do so well. Have there been other films that flopped around the 4th of July?
Oh, yeah.
Have there been 4th of July busts? Let's get in our little time machine. 1999 to a time where Will Smith was yet to apologize for Wild Wild West.
I love that. I fucking love that he apologized. Oh, it makes me so happy.
Cost $170 million, made 27.8. 2013, Lone Ranger. Cost $215, made 29.2 over the 4th.
That's brutal.
Last year, Terminator Genisys made $27 million over the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
Should be noted, though, internationally, it got bailed out. China, $113 million it made. Worldwide, $350 million worldwide. So worldwide, Genisys actually did okay.
China bails him out another company.
This year wasn't just BFG.
It's been a lot, hasn't there?
I mentioned Tarzan. It came ahead of BFG this weekend, but it also cost $180 million, made $38 million this weekend.
Wow.
4th of July flops. Is there one flop out of that bunch that sticks out most to you?
I think the the Wild Wild West, the Lone Ranger one is
That's
surprised the hell out of me. It really did.
I was gonna go with Wild Wild West because I guess that doesn't surprise me because it was a piece of crap. I was gonna go Wild Wild West, but I can't. The Lone Ranger too because
I just that duo reuniting again with all their pirate success.
yeah,
I just can't imagine that it was going to flop that hard. I mean, you've got Depp and Verbinski back together, and they always do well. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And you know what? I know it might take some guff. I don't think the Lone Ranger was that bad, to be honest. I don't think it was.
I didn't see it.
I don't think it was great, but that end chase sequence on the train, that was a lot of fun. It almost saved the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah. You're not really missing much.
I only saw parts of Wild Wild West as well. It's just
Yeah. We talked about that a long time ago. I forget which list we were talking about. Those period movies, like the period comic book, the period sci-fi, the period kind of pulpy kind of movies, just don't do well. Shadow. We were talking about on The Shadow.
Shadow.
Yeah. Just don't do period. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, not that it was a period comic book film, but I guess Back to the Future 3.
Maybe you're onto something more. Maybe Western is just something people avoid.
Maybe there's something weird about it.
I don't know.
Someone's going to probably correct us and say Back to the Future 3 made a shitload of money, and then I'll be wrong. But,
Oh, well, good for them. Oh, yep. Marty just said guff. So,
go. There
yes.
you go. Last topic.
Last topic.
Anna Kendrick thinks that she can be half squirrel, which makes sense since Anna Kendrick is half an actor.
Wow, sick burn coming from you.
If a Squirrel Girl movie gets made, and if Anna Kendrick plays said Squirrel Girl, do you think that would end up killing superhero movies once and for all?
I don't know. I don't know what I keep thinking. Well, this will kill it. Keeps fucking coming back. I mean, why not? Marvel, you can just throw whatever you want on the screen and just, make $1 billion. Why not just do it?
I mean, after the Russo brothers Destroy the Warriors remake, have them do Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't see why not.
There's no reason not to. Honestly, how much do you think a Squirrel Girl movie would cost? Let's give it a Daredevil. Let's give it a Deadpool budget.
I don't see why they don't do that more often. They could definitely be
Right.
a lot more bold. Yeah.
Let's just give it a Deadpool budget. What was that? 50, 54?
Right
Maybe
around
less.
there.
Yeah, 50 something. Yeah. Make it. That's what I say. I say with these minor superhero films, shorter budget, see what people can do with it.
Absolutely. I'm totally with you. I think with a lower budget actually forces a little creativity.
Absolutely.
And we might actually get an exciting Marvel movie again.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I was excited about a Marvel film.
Iron Man 3?
Yeah, it might have been. And even so, I wasn't even excited to see it. I was excited once I watched it, but I wasn't like.
Oh, the hype machine wasn't there for you.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I think part of it is because, spoiler alert, even though he didn't end up being the real Mandarin, I was kind of bummed out by the casting of Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. I like Ben Kingsley. I think he's a great actor. I just it's the Mandarin. That's not going to work. And in theory, it did not work.
No. It took a little finagling.
But in the end, it ended up working kind of well.
Yeah, surprisingly well.
Yeah, well, I guess I was excited in the beginning about Guardians of the Galaxy until I saw the first trailer for it. And that started to kind of unravel for me.
We don't exactly see eye to eye on that movie. I thought it was actually one of the more interesting Marvel movies, and you hated it.
I did not hate it. I never said that I hated it. I said that it wasn't as good as people thought it was. People were calling it the next Star Wars.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, come on.
They
It was
they heap too much praise on. I agree.
It was so insane. Like, I want to see those people now rewatching it and say it's going to be the next Star Wars. I really want to see if people are going to say that that film holds up as Star Wars did. Guardians of the Galaxy, the next Star Wars. Come on, it was fine. I think I said I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't think it was great. I think rewatch value for me. I didn't find a ton in it. Like, I didn't feel the need to have to watch it again. Squirrel Girl with a $54 million budget. Hell, even with Anna Kendrick, do it.
There you go. All right, Squirrel Girl versus Ant-Man. Someone's asking. That's Kim, our boy Kim.
Do it.
Anna Kendrick can do
They both
anything.
live in a park, right?
Oh, do they?
Well, Squirrel Girl lives in a park. That's the whole thing. I think she defeats like Doctor Doom, and she protects like Central Park from like criminals. I think that's the.
Is that it?
I think so. I think that's the premise.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know.
But her versus Ant-Man. That would be. There you go. Squirrel Girl versus Ant-Man is the next BVS. Only with a $54 million budget, and since Paul Rudd will be in it, I'd say probably about like 17 million of that goes right to him.
Oh
I
yeah.
bet.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. Anna Kendrick can do anything. Dan. That's from Marty.
That's from Marty.
Yep. Anna Kendrick is creepy as the child catcher, a Roald Dahl creation. Okay. That's
See, tying things together.
yeah. Tarmac.
Tarmac.
Sean. Yes.
Sean Mack. Sean Mack, as I call him. Hey, speaking of Sean Mack and Marty, they did a little review for us, right? We sent them on a mission, right? We got them press tickets, press screening to go see a film called Equity, starring Anna Gunn and James Purefoy. I love James Purefoy, by the way. Great actor. He's
better than Anna Kendrick.
I think so. I think Rome. It's awesome in Rome.
Yes.
I was not a huge fan of The Following, but I enjoyed Purefoy in The Following. So it was good. And he's also awesome in Haben Leonard. So let's see what our boys had to say about this Equity film. So we're going to take a little break. We're going to play this review, and then when we get back from after the review, we're going to count down our top 10 best patriotic films. Stay tuned.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm here with Sean. As you said, we got the chance to see the movie Equity last week, starring Anna Gunn, James Purefoy, Sarah Megan Thompson, and Alyssa Renner. A lot of those names might not pop up right away for you. Anna Gunn, of course, of Breaking Bad fame. A lot of the other actors you may have seen over the years through TV. It tells the story of Anna Gunn playing Naomi Bishop as a major player in the male-dominated world of Wall Street and how she deals with that issue. The top women are dealt with in the money-making industry. Can they play by the same rules as the men? Can they advance with using the same methods as the men? And it goes through that storyline as it goes on. Sean, I'll kick it over to you to start off with your initial thoughts of the movie.
Yeah, my initial thoughts were that I was happy that it wasn't, judging by the tagline, the first female-driven Wall Street movie, that it wasn't this, melodramatic, women crying in the bathroom after, men are chastising her. It just wouldn't have been believable to me at, a high-level, rich, successful investment banker like Anna Gunn's character, Naomi. But I thought the drawback for that, I thought the only person whose, biology came into it was the Erin character, who is, I guess, Naomi's assistant / VP, who was, trying to move up the corporate ladder. She has some issues that might be considered specifically, related to a woman. But besides that, I just thought it was kind of a run-of-the-mill Wall Street kind of drama thriller type of deal.
Yeah, it's originally sold. You'll see the trailers. It's coming out later this month. It's kind of sold as a women's version of Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not sure it reaches that level. It kind of deals with the idea that, okay, it's okay now for women to want to work for money and want to just live on the men's world? Can they live in the same area as the men? And it while it focuses on that some, it loses track a lot. I remember seeing the trailer for this movie when I heard we were going to go see a screening of it, thinking this would be better as a TV show, and I didn't leave the movie changing my mind. It's a lot of characters in this movie, and they all have their own issues and their own storylines, and it doesn't really come together enough for me. Anna Gunn, of course, is the focus of the movie, Naomi Bishop, but we don't we have she starts the movie with this speech, almost that Gordon Gekko like speech of wanting money, wanting power, wanting respect, but we don't get enough backstory from her as to why all that is important to her. We get drips and drabs. We've had her, we hear stories about how she's failed in the past and how her main job is she takes these companies and these big IPOs, and she takes them public on this billion-dollar level. And we get stories from the past of where it's her last job failed, and it's kind of alluded to the fact that because she was a woman and how she treated people. But again, it's never really delved into completely, so there's no context to what sometimes they're talking about. And now the main focus of the movie is her taking this IPO public, and the main, I guess, antagonist to her in the movie is the character played by Alicia Renner, Samantha, who was the district attorney story. You might remember her. She played the warden in the original warden of Orange is the New Black, if anyone knew that story. So that's, if you have to give you some context there. So she plays, she's the anti, just out for the money person at the beginning. She's, trying to do what's right. She's trying to fight corruption. But again, her storyline kind of falters. We don't get a lot of what her main, driving force is. And so at the end of it, you're just kind of left not knowing what's going on in the movie, Sean.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that the Erin Manning character was actually the most interesting one, and I thought the Samantha character was the second. I almost thought that Anna Gunn's character might be portrayed as the main character only because she was on Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I actually thought the second two characters were more well written, more well rounded. The my main problem with this, and it's not a bad script, it's just kind of a bland script. I think that a movie like this needs snappier dialogue. Maybe even there was a couple of drops of comedy, but maybe just a little bit of wittiness in it, like Wall Street was a funny movie. It had its funny parts in it, and let's not compare this director to Oliver Stone yet. It's not her fault. Oliver Stone is Oliver Stone. As crazy as he is, he's a very talented, director. It didn't have that kind of frenetic energy I thought that it could have used.
Well, I'll give a shout out to the director. The director's name was Mira Menon. This is only her second film, and this movie actually did get into Sundance, so it should be applauded on that level. But I think in showing a director in just her second film, you kind of lose some of the focus of the There's a lot of characters in the movie that you don't get much out of. There's the main James Purefoy is the I guess the male lead, you would call him. He is the romantic interest of Anna Gunn, but you don't get a lot of why they're together. If they've been together for a long time, are they just two powerful people who hook up on occasion? And so he turns into the bad guy, I guess we'd say in the movie, but it's never really treated. You don't really know why he's doing that. And I guess that was my main issue with the movie, is that the male characters in this movie are kind of very stereotypical. He plays a stockbroker who's only in it for the money, who just treats it all as a game. The Ellen character you mentioned, her boyfriend is asleep every time he's on screen while she's running in and out of work, which it just so he plays the lazy boyfriend, I suppose. The head of the next company that they're taking public, creating some kind of social networking app. They never really explain it too well, but he's just your stereotypical Silicon Valley guy with his hoodie and his slippers, sticking it to the man, but he just turns out to be an asshole as well. So I guess on that level, this movie is not really for men. So maybe me and Sean would take that a little too sensitive to that level, but I would have liked to see more developed characters in this movie.
Well, I'm not gonna excuse me. I'm not gonna knock her for writing rich stockbrokers as assholes, because a lot of them are. But they were just a little bit bland, and cliche is fine. We see cliche all the time. It was just that, the dialogue was just, although there was some good dialogue and it wasn't terrible dialogue, it just, I thought it needed an extra little bit of zip in it to maybe really put this movie over the top. You know, I think it's going to be a view on demand type of thing. It's going to get eaten alive in the summer blockbusters, and it's a little strange that it's actually being released. I think at the end of July.
Yeah, I think July. I
Yeah.
could see it being a select cities kind of release with while also video on demand. It's a movie that I would enjoy seeing on Showtime or HBO. Probably it's not something I can tell you to go run out and see. Though it's not a bad movie on any level. It's just there's nothing that I can't say go out and see this because Anna Gunn is great or the directing is great or the story is great. It's a good movie. Like I said, if I told you in the audience Anna Gunn has a new show coming out about Wall Street, I think people would get excited about that if you stuck it on the USA Network or even Netflix if you wanted to go, erase your content. But I think to put these people in a movie, even while it's for a second movie director, it's an impressive job. It's just I don't see it getting a mass audience, but I don't think it's shooting for that level. But still, I enjoyed the movie but it's not something I can say. All right, this is Oscar worthy, or this is something you need to go see. But it's something I think you could enjoy on a on demand or Showtime kind of level.
Yeah. Anna Gunn's going to sell a movie just about as well as Helen Hunt's going to sell a movie.
Yeah.
Good actresses, you're not going to see anything for them, but
And she's fine in the movie.
yeah.
But it's just nothing groundbreaking, I would say.
And I really think that she's of the top three, she's the least well written, and I think she's not even as explored as much as the other two. But I would see another movie from the writer and director again. It's just nothing to write home about for me, but nothing terrible. The apartments in the movie were very nice. Everybody had great apartments. Made me jealous a little bit, but
There you go. A real estate movie. All right.
exactly.
All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks again.
Thank you.
So thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys, for reviewing the film for us. It doesn't seem like something that we should have to rush out to see.
No, it really doesn't. But it doesn't sound that bad, to be honest.
No, it didn't sound terrible. But, I mean, they took one for the team, I felt.
Oh, man. They're true comrades in arms.
There. We'll try to send these guys out to more films, too. And, I think it's neat. I think it's neat that we can have correspondence, field correspondence, reviewing films for us as part of our show.
That's pretty cool.
So, all right. Hey, look at this. We got about 30 minutes left, right?
30
That works
minutes.
out well.
We're gonna bang
works
through
out
this.
well. We're gonna get through this. We are going to do top 10 most patriotic films. I think we both focused in on American patriotic films, but some of our colleagues went in a little different direction. So we'll count down to our number ones, and then we'll kind of cover some other people's picks, right? And then we'll do our top ones and close out. So I'm going to start off with my number 5, Gangs of New York.
Boom.
It's not a traditional patriotic film in the sense of, inspiring, like, go America. It's not really that. But I do think it takes us back to a time where you can argue it was almost like America's rebirth. This is how America started to really form more of its identity. And these kind of wars between these gangs, and taking place, along the East Coast, really, started changing the dynamic of American history and how the country started to form itself. I think, after the, you really have these key kind of time periods, and like after the Revolution, it focused in on, then the the whole slavery, like ending slavery, and really transforming the country that way. And in many ways, the stuff that was going on in New York and New Jersey around this time uh, was almost, a different war in and of itself. But these key events really started to change America. I'd say for the better. Trying to transform it into a country, because you got to think, as what, we're 240 years old, right? Is that it? As a
Yeah.
country, it's
Sure.
not 1776.
You're gonna make me math? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I think
terrific.
we're 240. That's a short period of time in the scheme of things against other countries, especially European countries that around for thousands of years.
Oh,
We
yeah.
haven't been around that long, so I think Gangs in New York is a very patriotic film. I think you can watch it and you can feel a sense of American pride, even though it's a pretty gruesome, bloody, uh, you know, not a kind of feel good film.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. I'm with you. Yeah, it's a good pick. I really like it.
I like your number 5.
Okay, my number 5. Ooh, Starship Troopers.
So good.
It is such a good movie. It is. And it's really weird how people, even like Ebert, seem to totally miss the point of this film. This is not just a, humans versus bugs action flick. It brilliantly took that, war is glorious trope and turned it on its head in some of the most wonderful satire, I think, Verhoeven did. The RoboCop Starship Troopers 1-2 punch, that was terrific.
I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah. And the scary thing is, in 5 years, came out in 97 or so.
96, 97? Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
97, I think. Yeah.
97 is what I thought. Yeah. In 5 years, we as an American people, we're going to be bombarded with propaganda about Iraq. It's amazing how this movie really showed us, gave us a little glimpse, albeit an extreme glimpse, but a look into our future.
Based off of a book, too, right?
Which was very pro-fascist, pro-right-wing. War is glorious, and Verhoeven turned it on its head. Yeah,
And poked fun at it.
absolutely.
Fantastically.
And I think that is what makes it so patriotic, is that it's satire, and I think satire, the satire of that fascist war is good for us. I think this should be watched after or before American Sniper to kind of balance each other out. Yeah.
I also think that there's this sensation that, war is glorious for a country, right? And we as a country have tried to make war glorious when we haven't fought a truly meaningful war since World War II. In the scheme of things, that was the most meaningful battle that we've been in. You figure you had the Revolution was the number one, if you will.
Right.
Civil War, which is sad in its own right because it's America fighting each other, but still really critical for us. I'm not even counting World War One, for the sheer fact is, what we did with World War One? We threatened to send people over.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we pretty much did. We said, we don't actually have trained soldiers, but we have lots of people that we can keep sending over. So you might want to stop what you're doing over there. World War II is the one that I can say is, was a glorious war. It was for a really big meaning. It was brutal, and maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. But ever since then, it's trying to relive that feeling of the glories of war, and I don't think it's been successful for us. And I think Starship Troopers kind of pokes fun at that a lot.
I think so.
My number 4.
Yep. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, no problem. Speaking of the Civil War.
There you go.
Yeah, I almost put Glory in my list as well. And I kind of feel bad for not doing so, but it's the Matthew Broderick syndrome for me. Like, that kind of takes it down a notch. Glory.
It does. I agree. I've talked about that with Jack Random on his show before.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's like I can't. I'm sorry, Ferris Bueller. You.
We needed to know how it affected white people. Come on.
Lincoln. Okay. Have you seen Lincoln?
No.
Okay. I've only seen it once, and I absolutely loved it. I'm going to preface this with the fact I was high as hell on pain medications after getting my wisdom teeth extracted. And I thought it was such a glorious movie. I'm just sitting there and like, this is amazing. This movie's so good. I think I'm going to pass out. But no. We kind of talked about Spielberg earlier, and I think Lincoln shows that he's still got it in him. I think the Lincoln wasn't that long ago. It was going back, what, 3 years? 4 years? Lincoln? It wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Great film. It really kind of like amps you up. And like when you think of the key American presidents, Washington, Lincoln, I'd say 1-2 punch, right? And you can alternate those guys. Because I think actually Washington wasn't that great of a president. I think he kind of succeeded because the fact is he was a smart general. I wouldn't even say he was a great general. This is going really badly for me. I'm not trying to crap Washington. He was a very smart general. He knew how to play his opposition, and that essentially gave him the path to the White House. And whereas Lincoln, I think Lincoln, when you talk about the presidents, he's always talked about as one of the greatest presidents, and I think it's seeing him and seeing the performance from Daniel Day-Lewis just makes you go, America, I love you. Makes me want to start USA chants. So, yeah, you should check it out. It's not a short film.
Yeah.
And you already had your wisdom teeth taken out.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I'm getting told in the chat that Lincoln is that good, and I should watch it.
There you go.
So they got your back.
Good.
Okay.
Your number 4.
My number 4. I don't really need to talk about this too much. We went in depth about this, but this is so American, it's absurd. I mean, this is America on steroids in probably more ways than one. We talked about it at length, on the Rambo episode we did with Julia Nixon.
Yeah.
But this movie really subscribes to that notion of American individualism. And if those goddamn politicians would have stayed out of Rambo's way, we would have won Vietnam probably before lunch.
That was one of the quote-unquote glorious wars I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like one of those. It was just literally like digging a hole to nowhere, that war.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, I really encourage it. We do talk about Vietnam in that episode. We talk
the
about
politics of
the politics of it. Yeah. It's really good.
It's good stuff. Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, if we were actually motivated, we'd actually like put a little like link to the video. Hint. Maybe we can put a link to.
Who are you talking to? Talking to Marty?
I'm talking about my number 3.
Oh yeah.
Because America, fuck yeah. That's why. Such an absurd fucking movie. And we talk about, you talked about how Starship Troopers kind of, was a parody for the glories of war. This one's just parodies of America. But it's still in the same sense. It gave us America, fuck yeah. And I remember I was going back a few years. It was at my buddy Devo's party, a birthday party. His birthday's end of June, and we were at this bar, and it was like a karaoke bar. And I remember a friend of ours did "America, Fuck Yeah" as the song, and the bar got into it because when you hear it, it's making fun of America. I get it, but if this was the new national anthem, I would have no problem with that. None whatsoever. If this is the...
It should be our national anthem.
Very patriotic film. Very, I mean, there's 3 types of people in the world, and if you watch Team America, you'll learn about all 3 types.
Very much so.
And their motivations. Oh man, we're doing well on time. Let's move on to yours.
All right. My pick Die Hard 2, baby. Where else are you going to get Ollie North on the wing of a plane fighting John McClane as Manuel Noriega is trying to make his getaway? All in the name of stopping those goddamn commies. Plus, it's got the bonus round of, fuck you, journalists, you all suck.
Which is the American way.
Yeah, exactly. It's, again, got that whole American individualism I touched on because John McClane is the wrong guy in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he's always going to win. And, for a long time, this movie had the distinction of being the worst Die Hard movie. Not anymore.
Now it's the third best.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is just so awesome. The soldiers just decide that, the United States can't cut the legs off great men anymore. I love it.
I actually enjoyed Die Hard too.
You did? Legit?
I did. No, I legit enjoyed it. I was a huge fan of Die Hard 1 when I was growing up. Like, it was my one of my top 3 favorite action films growing up. I watched it so often. I had the box set and used to play the awesome video games, the Die Hard video games. The Die Hard 1 video game was the best, but the Die Hard 2 one was kind of fun too. I like Die Hard 2. It was a sequel that probably shouldn't have been made, but who cares? It was fun.
Yeah, right. Rennie Harlan, baby. God.
Oh. My number 2.
Wonder what he's doing now. You could probably co-host if one of us is sick. There you go. We'll call Rennie Harlan.
Rocky 4 single-handedly ended communism. Because if I can change and you can change, we all can change.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, man. Like, goosebumps. It really was. As sappy of a film as it was, it demonstrated how awesome America is. Because here you got Ivan Drago, right?
Yes.
Unstoppable Russian force. Kills Apollo Creed wearing his red, white, and blue America shorts. He literally kills America. What are we going to do? We're going to go to Russia. And we're going to fight him on his own soil.
We are.
And we're not going to train in no fancy gym. Oh, no.
No.
We're going to have a serious fucking montage in the snow. That's what we're going to do. That's the American way there. And we're going to win. And he's going to punch us, and it's going to be like, it's like hitting steel. That's what it is. That's what America is right there. And when we win, we're not going to be like, fuck you, Russia. We're not going to do that. We're going to say, hey, what's the deal? We should all be friends. I'm, after this, going to be brain damaged in Rocky 5. That happens. But it's okay. Because right now, America, Russia, we're tight. That's Rocky 4 in a nutshell.
It is. You just said one montage. This movie has what? 4?
Oh, at least 4. Yeah. Great montages. Every single montage is great in this film. It is a montage of a montage of a montage. It's really sensational. And Team America does montages justice as well. I'm just going to say that. They have a hell of a montage.
Ronan chimed in. Apollo versus Drago was my Red Viper versus the Mountain back in the day, man.
Man, I still can't believe they killed Apollo Creed. I watched that film so many times, and they're not going to kill Apollo Creed. How can they kill Apollo Creed? They killed Apollo Creed. I still haven't seen Creed. Have you seen Creed?
Yes, it's really good. It's surprisingly good, yeah.
I want to see it. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
Let's see if the sequel's any good.
He's not a machine. He's a man, Marty wants us to know.
It's true. It's true. And then Paulie's fucking robot. How American is that?
Oh,
Happy
yes.
birthday, Paulie.
Yeah.
That's America.
And that robot, they had something else going on there.
Oh.
It wasn't even subtext. It was just right there.
I think that was like the previous model of Vicky from Small Wonder.
Oh, man. I think you just killed my
far.
momentum. Yeah.
Too far. Too far. That was my number 2. What's your number 2?
That's a good question. What is my... Ah, ha, ha, ha. There you go. I know I said, war shouldn't be glorified, kind of. And I'm going to just, I'm going to be a hypocrite because I can. I know this is my most traditional pick on the list, but god damn it. How can you not love George C. Scott's performance as a general who loved and fucking lived war? I mean, his opening speech, he's this small on the screen with a giant flag in the background, and it should be just so stupid, but it works. And he wants you to know, no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. That's America, man.
It's America. I watched this like when I was way young because my grandfather used to play it on VHS all the time, and so I'd always catch parts of it. And my grandfather actually served under Patton, not directly, but Patton would come to the base, the headquarters, the bases, and stuff like that, where my grandfather was located at. And remember the first, my grandfather actually did not like Patton.
I don't think anybody liked Patton.
But it was funny, though, is because he loved the movie. He just didn't like Patton. He said the first time that he ever was in the presence of Patton, he rides in on this fucking horse, and he's got these shiny-ass fucking, like, I don't know, alligator skin boots or something like that, and he's all pristine, and his shirt's all pressed, and, everything's glittery. And here is, like, my grandfather and all of his, all of the other troops, and they don't have boots. Their boots are fucking worn through. They're using socks to fucking filter coffee grinds. They're literally living this hell. And here comes this distinguished general on this fucking horse. That aside, Patton's a great fucking film.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, so that's our 5 through choose. Let's go over some other picks.
All right, we're gonna flip real quick over to here. There we go. Back to normal, everybody. All right, we asked our friends of the show to help us out. D is first up. D decided to go country by country and throw out some patriotic movies for each country.
That's pretty cool.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, England. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Japan. Triumph of the Will, obviously a very infamous one. Yep. Hero, that's a strangely propaganda-filled little movie. If anybody has seen it, it's definitely. And The Right Stuff, of course, USA all the way. Yeah,
good stuff. No, I like that he went. I thought outside the box, did one for some of the main countries. Really awesome.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yep. All right, we're gonna move on to Kim. Starship Troopers, number 4. Good job, Kim.
Air Force One. That was gonna make my list.
Yeah.
I like Air Force One.
Air
Force One is fun.
Was it? I don't remember liking it when I saw it. Yeah,
that was fun. Was he fucking Gary Oldman as the villain, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
Armageddon, of course. Michael Bay always has like a flag waving in the background somewhere in every shot. And Team America: World Police.
See,
that's good stuff. That is good.
Were you gonna say something about Team America? What were you gonna say?
I've only seen it once, to be honest.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I do feel like I need to watch it again.
When I first watched it, I wasn't into it. I don't know why. I couldn't get into it the first time I saw it, and it was on one night, and I literally was like, I got nothing else going on, and I lost my shit the second time I saw it. And I go back to it, from time to time, just because it's so absurdly fucking funny.
I am going to check it out again. You guys, Lincoln and Team America: World Police, the things I have to check out. Puck went all Canadian on us. Vixen, Russ Myers. He went Russ Myers on us. It was the most patriotic Canadian movie, number 5. Meatballs. Okay. I guess that says something about Canada. Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon. Wait a minute. Was that the...
That's the
Michael Moore one?
Michael Moore, the one.
That's a funny one.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny.
I never saw it. It's
pretty funny. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
And Strangebrew. I mean, that's the national film of Canada.
I know he went all Canada, but I think his list is kind of bullshit because he's a hockey man. And the fact is that a certain hockey film didn't make it. I disagree. Maybe that's a 6, even though it's not a Canadian film, because USA beating Russia. I wonder if someone else picked that. Let's look at picks.
Let's keep
See
going.
if anyone else picked it.
Our man Jamil Payne. He's at Disney right now. He's somewhere in Disney World.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so it's got Captain America.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can see it. I can see the first one being Patriot. He went Mel Gibson.
He likes Mel Gibson. Did you see the debate show?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
When you could actually hear Jamil talk, he got that in. He liked Mel Gibson. Saving Private Ryan, of course. Yeah.
Patton.
Patton. There you go. And this is number one, Yankee Doodle Dandy. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen the clip,
Yeah.
but that's a wild pick. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. Saving Private Ryan strikes me. The bookends really up the patriotism.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're walking through the cemetery and stuff like that.
Hey, let's save talking about it. Let's just save it just in case.
Okay. Superman 78 from Sean.
Wait a minute, not Superman 4? Quest for Peace?
Yeah, I thought that was a weird one too. Yeah. Red Dawn 84. Hell yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
The Patriot, Rocky 4,
Rocky 4.
and John Wayne's Alamo.
I think John Wayne in general is a very patriotic
Oh goddamn,
guy.
he was. Yeah.
I mean, in the scheme of things.
Yeah, he was very patriotic.
In the Donald Trump kind of way. At times.
Oh, yes. All right, got a couple left. Marty.
See, what I say, number 4.
There you go. A hockey movie.
Yep. Air Force One again, Independence Day, Patriot. Forrest Gump.
That's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not a fan of the film, but I can see the argument for being a patriotic film.
I can see the argument for it being a patriotic film, but I feel like just like Baby Boomers, it feels like it's better than it really is. That's just all I'm saying.
I'm not a fan of Forrest Gump. Plus, it beat out Shawshank.
Yeah. Oh,
And
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction. Yeah. And Tom. We got a little Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, The Best Man, There Will Be Blood. I thought this was a really interesting pick. I think we're going to have to get Tom to defend this pick on Veggie Lasagna someday.
Doesn't need to defend it at all.
This is patriotic in your mind.
It's America.
Well, it is Americana.
It's
yeah.
America in a nutshell, right there.
You think so?
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, you're talking about greed as one of the founding principles of America.
Oh, maybe so.
And this film demonstrates that to the highest level,
Well,
I feel.
Yeah, I see. I guess it's just, it's based off an Italian director's work, so I don't know if I can say it's true
Hey,
patriotism.
wait a minute. America is Italian. I mean, it's Irish. If someone put The Godfather up here, yeah, I'd be fine with that as well.
Oh, yeah, I think The Godfather, yeah. I see your point. Greed. Citizen Kane, of course, is good. Nashville, another good pick. He had to sneak in Altman somehow.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's it for our friends' picks.
Okay, great. We're actually making good time because we just got our number ones, right?
That's
and my number one is
your number one. Oh,
see, I told you to hold off on it.
hold off on it. Yeah.
See, I told you. I knew it was coming up. Saving Private Ryan. I'd mentioned this earlier when we were talking about Spielberg. I think he needs another one of these. And I'll let you get to your point that you're about to make because I don't disagree with you with what you're about to say. So I'll let you make that point in a second. But
Okay.
when they get to the beaches and shit just goes so fucking wrong, and it's just like so much death. It's hard not to get choked up and realize the sacrifices that so many people made. Not just for defending the United States in that war, but literally defending the world. And it was a defining moment in American history of us, helping to come out ahead in that war. And I think Saving Private Ryan really captures that, and it doesn't glorify it. It just shows the brutality of it and lets it speak for itself. And it gives you the feels. So
absolutely.
that's my thing with Saving Private Ryan. But to your point that you were about to make,
Yeah, it's the bookends that really kind of diminish the movie in my
Little
mind.
bit.
Yeah, I think it does hurt the movie. That's just Spielberg being a little too Spielbergian.
yeah, no, I agree a little bit. I think it basically makes it, as opposed to being one of the greatest films ever made, to still a very good to great film.
When he was making those really powerful films, I'm thinking of this, and I'm thinking of Schindler's List.
Schindler's List, yeah.
He didn't know when to end it. I'm sorry to say. I thought the ending from Schindler's List too was a little much. After being just emotionally beaten for the whole film, we really didn't need that extra ending tacked on with all the survivors. I mean, I appreciate what it means, but enough is enough, man. Come on.
Yeah, it felt like two in a way it felt like two separate films fighting against each other, and that he could have done something different to, like that could have been his PBS special or something.
Right. You should have learned from James Cameron. Get the studio to finance your film, and then you can make documentaries about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But it's a good pick. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like that opening from it. Yeah.
Saw that in theaters. You see that in theaters?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's the way to see it. You're number one.
My number one. All right, guys. It's a strange pick, I grant you, but I think Boogie Nights embraces an America in a way that few films actually do. First off, there's porn. Porn is perhaps the biggest capitalist venture in existence. People used to say that America was good at winning wars and making cars. I'd say now Americans are good at starting wars and making porn. So there's that. We have Jack Horner, the director, in a hyper-competitive capitalist environment, and he has to deal with a new technology that if he doesn't adapt to, will destroy him, destroy his business. I mean, are you getting this? This is some right-wing stuff here. Jack faces questions like, should he deal with cheaper, unskilled labor, or should he stick with the professionals that he's groomed? When Philip Baker Hall comes onto the scene bringing amateurs. I mean, this is some real American capitalist stuff.
It's like Scabs.
It really is. It really is. Don Cheadle, in the donut shop, he doesn't just blow the money after he's got it. He takes the money. He reinvests in himself and his dream business. I mean, goddamn, this is America through and through. William H. Macy apparently is a big fan of Second Amendment rights in this movie. That might be a bit much, but and I really wonder P.T. Anderson's maybe not political bent, but his philosophies in life, because everybody who's not heterosexual is deeply, deeply flawed and frowned on in this movie. Obviously, the Colonel with his pedo desires, Philip Seymour Hoffman as this really creepy, awkward gay guy. This is some Reagan era thinking about people that are different, and the drugs. He has this movie has a very don't do drugs attitude. You tweak a little bit, stay up for a couple days, it will ruin your life. It's like Ronald Reagan wrote a porn movie. This is America, baby. This is fucking America right here.
I mean, it's Horatio Alger in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
If you happen to have a giant penis, you can live the American dream.
There you go.
I think that's what Alger said, right?
I think so.
I think that's what his books were all about. I'm not going to disagree with you. I take it. I like the unskilled labor thing too.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point. It's a very good point.
It doesn't go well in that back of the limo with the unskilled labor either.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Let's roll a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You make love to roll a girl.
Yeah.
Don't just stick it in her.
It is P.T. Anderson's best movie.
It's his third best movie. I agree.
You know, the best. I didn't say
Yeah.
third.
Yep. I agree. Third. Yeah.
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 I mean, look at it. I mean, Dirk Diggler is frowned upon from his parents for embracing a work ethic. He's got 2 jobs.
That's right.
I mean, this is, yeah, and Sean just chimed in. Boogie Nights is also an underdog story.
Yeah.
It's America in a nutshell. It's Rocky.
It is. He does a lot of training.
He has a gift.
It does. All right. That was our top 10 most patriotic films. It's going to close out another episode of the Movies and Stuff show. Make sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to us. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud or on iTunes, same deal. Please subscribe to us. Please like this and, all that jazz. Comment. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Movie Stuff Show. That is Movie stuff show.
Is that all one word?
All one word.
Okay.
Tune in next Monday night for our brand new vegetable lasagna show. We will be back next Tuesday to discuss something. I'm not quite sure yet.
Oh.
It'll be something. We have yet to pick out an episode for next Tuesday.
Oh.
We will do that.
We also have exclusive Star Wars news coming soon to our Twitter feed.
That is correct.
Yes, we got it.
At
Sure.
Movie Stuff Show.
Oh, yeah.
I did that for Marty. I included the Movie Stuff Show just for Marty.
Yeah. Well, he works hard.
He does. He keeps us afloat on social media.
Oh, man. Like, in Boogie Nights, they don't even care about worker, rights. They just let them go. There's no pension plan. That's America, man. Upton Sinclair would be sobbing at this movie.
I mean, after Dirk finishes, what's he got to do? They missed the shot. He's got to go right again.
He does. And if
That's overtime, unpaid overtime right there.
it really is. I mean, man, I'm seeing this more and more clearly now.
It's working conditions, man. It's such a rough life. It's so terrible. Final words.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about Dirk Diggler. That's all I got.
USA.
Yes.
USA.
Oh my God.
USA. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. All right, later.
Bye.